welcome back to another video. This week you'll be seeing me set up my budget happy planner, which I'm really excited about. I'm gonna do a little flip through of her and show you what I have inside of her, and then you'll see me plan my monthly section for February, and then you will see me do my goal section for February as well. My debt journey is also different now because before I was just paying loans that I had for myself, but now that me and Bryant are physically together, we also are at that point in our life where we're also kind of combining our finances. And so even though it's awesome because he has a great job that he does and he gets paid really well from that, I'm also taking on debts of his as he has taken on debts of mine. So we're kind of at that point now where we're meshing both of our financial, I guess, successes and burdens together. So that is some adjusting. So a lot of stuff that you'll see in my budget planner is a mix of both of ours. So it's not all on me, it's not all on him, it's definitely a mix of us and kind of working together. So if you are a person that's in a relationship with someone and you're in that point in your life where you're kind of combining now your guys' finances and everything like that, I'm in the same boat as you. So you might have those awkward conversations when you talk about each other's finances, but I think the best thing to do is to be as open, as honest as you need to be. You'll kind of see this little journey with us and me, and I'm really excited about that. You're gonna see how much money, like the actual money that goes to bills, actual money that goes to our debts, actual money that goes to our savings, and money that we give to our kids, because Bryant has been previously married. He does have 2 children, and I've met him after his kids were about 2 and 1 years old, so I see them as my kids. So before I start, what I'm going to do is actually do some planner, Franken planning, transformer planning switcheroos. So this is my budget planner. This just stays at home. I have in here, this is the Farmhouse planner. I have the months in here from the Farmhouse planner, but I don't use the weekly sheets in here. And yeah, I'll show you guys more of her, but I'm gonna be switching her out with my student section in my planner. The reason being is that I've noticed since my first week of school that I have not planned in my student planner here at my desk at all. I only plan in here on campus. And so to me, carrying around my my big transformer planner throughout the day has been fine. There hasn't been any issues with my back or anything, like carrying my backpack or stuff like that. It's been completely fine. But I kind of feel weird taking this big thing out, I guess, if that makes sense. And also when I'm here at my desk, I kind of just feel like this stuff is in the way, it's not needed at all when I'm here at home. But you're gonna go ahead and just see me. I'm gonna fast forward this. I am just going to switch out these planners. Okay, so I made the switch. So now my school planner is here and she is a lot thinner and she will stay in my backpack. I just want to kind of go through and do a little kind of walkthrough, I guess, of my budget planner, just so you guys can really see it and know what it looks like. So this cover here is from the Farmhouse Notes Planner. This is the front and the back. I just switched it out because I love the ampersand sign. Like, I actually have it tattooed on me. Me and my best friends all have, the three of us have this matching tattoo, so it definitely means a lot to me. So you open her up. You just have the hello page here, and then I wasn't trying to do calligraphy, but then I just don't like how I write my name, but I did that there. I have a 2018-2019 at a glance. I also have this pocket that says a well-planned life, because hello, you really need a well-planned financial life. I have some of these inserts from Planner Kate, and they are of transparent date dots, or dots. And I wanted to use these more to like kind of plan things in here and label things down, but I will probably work on that later on. I might do a video showing you guys how I use these. And I actually punched these because if you know Planner Kate's kits, it comes with like a washi here on the side. I actually punched them because I was gonna put them in here, and they worked fine in here, but they would always fall out because it's not like super thick. It's still like sticker paper going in here. So I decided just to put it on the pocket because it helped it stay in much nicer, and it fit in the pocket too. So when you turn to this page here, you see my 2019 yearly overview. And so what this has, this basically is a page of mine and Bryant's bills for the month. So it's kind of a lot, and it's because a lot of these are split into half, because some of these bills are strictly mine and some of these are strictly Bryant's. So this is what I meant when you kind of combine each other's income and you're starting like a relationship where you're at that point where it's like time to do that. These are the bill names, the due dates, I'll need these two, and then here I have January through December listed for 2019, and I just want to check off for each time that I say pay the bill, but it's not really so much paying the bill, because there are some things on here that like have a zero, like I owe no money to it. Like my dental, I owe no money to my dental. I owe no money to this Capital One card. There's something else of Brian's on here that he doesn't pay no money to, but I want to make sure that each month we go and we check that account just to make sure that we're okay, because sometimes annual fees happen. I try not to get cards that have annual fees. To me, it seems kind of dumb to have something and you have to pay each year for it. Like, why do I need a card that allows me to like spend money and I pay it back, but then you're also gonna charge me for having the card? Like, I don't know, to me that just sounds kind of dumb. So like, none of my cards have annual fees, but it's just kind of an in case, like you never know. Because what if someone like took your card information and like we never check, for instance, my Capital One card, and what if I see on there I have like my balance totally like used up and I didn't even touch that card? So it's good to kind of be on top of that thing, on top of that stuff. So I just kind of check this to make sure that we look through at each of our online stuff, because all of our stuff is online. We don't do any kind of like paper kind of billing. All of it's electronic. So I want to make sure that we're looking at all of it. So that's what's that for. 2019 stats and goals. So how I mentioned about the whole income coming together between two partners. So this is kind of a way for me to track to see how we have done from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit just so you can see what I have here. So here I have January 2019, combined income, total savings, total debt, Raven's credit karma score, and Brian's credit karma score. Then I have the same thing for December of 2019. Because I just want to see how we're doing with our combined income, how we're doing together with our savings, both our debts combined together, and then how our credit scores are. And I want to see if it's a difference within our year, because this is Bryant and I's first official year with our combined income. So it's a pretty big deal. Here I have some goals, and I just have 5 so far. I probably will definitely add more as the year goes on. That's why I left myself quite a bit of space here on the bottom. But my first goal is to save $100K in emergency funds. Right now on my and Bryant savings, we don't have 1,000 yet, but we're pretty close to it. I just feel like this is also why I'm Dave Ramsey-ish. I don't feel like $1,000 is really enough for us, just because it's me, him, and then our kids. So I just feel like we will need more wiggle room if anything were to happen. Like, think if like your car was to ever get like in a wreck or something, you know, knock on wood. I'm superstitious. But say like that, like that's like a $500 deductible you have to put down already for your car. And then who knows what else. Maybe I need to, you know, pay for having a car to use to get back and forth to work, or what if, you never know what can happen. And I feel like $1,000 just isn't enough anymore nowadays. I definitely feel comfortable if we had maybe 2,000 put away. So that's kind of what this is to save. I should put save extra 1K, but I just saved 1K. So I want us to have another $1,000 saved up by the end of this year. I want to pay off 2 of my student loans. Unfortunately, in my undergraduate degree, I did get student loans. I wasn't taught about student loans. I wasn't given classes about them or anything like that. No financial classes or anything. So I wish I would have been more aware of this when I got student loans when I was in college. Unfortunately, I accepted some of them. Thankfully, not all of them. But my loans are very small. There's quite a few of them, but they're like in small packages. So like one student loan could be like $200. The other student loan could be like $2,000. So it varies. So luckily I have a lot of small ones. So my goal is to get at least 2 of them paid down. My third one is to use cash envelopes regularly. Again, because I am a millennial, I'm used to just swiping a plastic card for things. I'm not used to really using cash, but I do know that whenever I do use cash, I am aware of how much I'm spending. I am aware of how much I have in my wallet, and I really need to get this figured out, because there's been times, even Bryant too, even though like, cause he prefers cash as well, but there's times where like, say we forgot to go to the bank and we go like on a little road trip or something, and then we come home at the end of the day and I'm like, oh my gosh, like where did all of our money go? And even he's like, whoa, like I checked my bank statement right now, like on my phone, and we just spent like $70 in one day. Like that seriously has happened before. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So if we had actual cash and we use our cash to handle money, I think it'd be much better for us. So I definitely want to start using the cash envelope system. That's another goal of mine. The fourth one is using sinking funds regularly. So the reason for sinking funds is because, again, I'm from California. I still want to visit my family regularly. I want to at least see them at least 2 or 3 times a year. So I definitely want to have sinking funds for whenever we buy tickets. We either fly out there or we fly someone in here. The fifth one is to pay off our American Express, Capital One, and K Jewelers cards. So here is where I have an insert that I made for the savings of 2019. So I actually got $1,000, divided it by 12, and we have to save up to $84 a month to reach additional $1,000 in our for our savings. I just have January to December listed down below, the amount that we're going to put in, and then plus or minus in case of, say, for whatever reason we put money in, we have to take something out for whatever reason, or if we decide to put in multiple amounts into the account, and then the total at the end of the month, how much is in there. That's what this is for. And then I also made these inserts for all of our credit cards. And again, some of these credit cards are bills that we have, not our credit bills, but like our debts that we have. A lot of these balances are 0 or very close to 0. Like we don't really use it that often. But I want to have a sheet of this just to be sure. And again, I haven't gone and added anything in here because I'm not going to be showing this each week in my planner. Definitely not now, definitely when I feel more comfortable with it, but I just want to show, I left it blank because I wanted to show you guys what I did. So all I did was just use some colored washi, some Simply Good at the top, and just some regular solid washi, skinny washi at the bottom. I put the name of the debt that we owe, the year 2019, our starting balance, our minimum payment that's due each month, and then our interest rate. Then I have our date, our amount, plus or minus, and then our balance that's at the end of the month. And so I just have this for all of our debts that we have, even credit cards that are things that we don't even use. I still made one just in case. So like Rent-A-Center's one, American Express, Noble Auto Loan, Best Buy, Old Navy, which is 0, Capital One, K Jewelers, Torrid, which is 0. I didn't put in my student loans yet. And then Saver One, which is a new card, which is also 0. I need to make one for PayPal, but again, I don't really plan to use that. I need to make sure I make a sheet to keep in here just in case if I do end up using it. Okay, so after that, then you have the months. So I took January out because January was a mess. I did not like how it looked. Here's February. I have the Farmhouse Classic calendar in here. I really like it because it's pretty neutral besides this like design back here, but this doesn't really bug me that much. And then you know how at the monthly sheets, right in the back, you start your first weekly one. So I wonder if I pull this up, I might be able to see it. Let's see. Yeah, so basically all I did was like I used a glue daughter and I just glued this notes page back to here because I'm not going to be using these boxes. And I really like it because it is neutral, but I didn't end up using this planner for that. So I have a note section here, and then here's I'll put in the inserts that I will create or make on my own. And it's all the way to December of 2019, and it's the same exact format as is here in February. You come to this pink dashboard that says hello, and back here I have grid paper, I have some notes line paper, and just regular blank line paper. And this is basically what I have in my planner. This is the next section in my Transformer planner. And yeah, I'm really glad I got to show you guys this. I'm really excited. I'm happy to show you guys all of that. And if you're still watching, you will now see me go ahead and decorate my monthly and do my February goals here on the notes section. I will be using this washi tape that I used in my Modern Chic horizontal planner monthly. I just really love these colors. I wanted to use them again. I'm also going to be using some of these sticker sheets that I also use for the monthly. I'm not sure how many of them I'm actually going to use, honestly. I might just use a couple for the sidebar, but I don't really think I'm going to be using a lot of these in here. And then I'm going to be using as well my Happy Planner budget sticker book. I think there is a couple, I think there's another version of this one here. I'm not sure, but this is the one that's the 682 pieces. I feel like I've seen another budget planner or just budget sticker book, but I think this is, I feel like this is one of the more recent ones. I'm not exactly sure. But I have this as well, and I'm going to be using these ones to mark down like bills and paydays and whatnot. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is put down some washi on these boxes, the indie boxes here. Okay, I have all my washi down. Now I'll put down the paydays. So the only payday I know for sure that's happening this month is Bryant's payday, which is on the 1st. So I'm just going to use one of the payday stickers in this sticker book. First of all, I know that rent is due on the 1st. Actually, I'm going to move this because technically our rent is due from the 1st to the 5th. I have other bills that are due on the 1st, so I'm going to move it. The on the 1st, our rent-a-center is due for our bed. Whenever we pay rent-a-center, we honestly pay more than just that. We add in a couple, I think the most we added in was like $100 once. It still looks crooked to me. Am I crazy? No, it's still crooked. Arrgh, this bugs me. Jeez. I don't know why I'm like this about stickers, but I am. They have to be like lined up perfectly. I'm not gonna touch it. Leave it how it is. I'm not gonna look back at it. And then our American Express is due on the 2nd. And also on the 2nd is my car loan. Then on the 7th, Best Buy is due. The 10th, I have a ton of bills due on the 10th, which I think is so crazy. I have a ton. So the first thing that's due on the 10th that is most important is our PG&E bill. And after that, we have our phone bill due on the 10th as well. We have our car insurance due. And we have our internet bill due. Put this one on top. A lot of stuff is due on the 10th. What I think I might do is try to call, like, once I have my payment schedule figured out for my job, I might call one of them and have them switched around. That's one thing we're going to actually do once I start getting my income added in. So our bills are going to serve different purposes. So how Bryant's bills are typically most likely be larger than mine, his we're going to try to use for like daily living expenses kind of things and our bills and stuff. And then mine is going to be focused on just like our debts and things like that and our savings. So that's our plan. I hope we continue to do that. Cool. Then on the 12th, we have my Old Navy that's due. The 15th, when our next bill will be due. The 15th, we have Amazon, Netflix, and our Google Play. So all of our like small little things are due. The 13th is when our Capital One and Key Jewelers is due. Key Jewelers. For our Key Jewelers, we always pay $200 a month, even though that's not how much is always due each month. I think our Brian's payment is like $115, but we always just pay $200 for Key Jewelers. And then Capital One, I think our Capital One, I don't think I've used it. I'm pretty sure balance is 0, but our regular monthly payment is $25. I'm just gonna put $25 in case if we spent it, but I don't think we owe anything for this month. I might be wrong. There's times where I like slide and I don't remember. That's why I really need to focus this budgeting thing, because whew. And also, like, once I get things settled, I'm not going to be carrying around like my K Jewelers, my Capital One card, all that kind of stuff. That's all going to stay home. I'm not going to touch it. Okay, so the 21st is when my Torrid card is, or my Torrid payment is due. But so far, that's all I have for the month of February is this. So as you can see here, I didn't add in the PayPal or SaverOne card because I know for sure our balance on there are zeros because we haven't used them at all yet. So now I'm just going to work on our goal section here, and that will be it for this video. Alright, so this is my finished spread in my budget planner. I am so glad you guys got to see this. I'm sorry I didn't get to see January. January was a mess, honestly, because I got a lot of these dates wrong and a lot of the amounts due was completely inaccurate. Like, January was just a hot mess, seriously. So I'm so glad that February is a lot more clean and organized. I definitely had to do some searching and double checking on when I have payments and stuff due. So I'm really excited for February because I feel like I'll actually be on track this time. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Check out my next video, which will be my actual budget with me for the month of February. In there you'll see me kind of laying out the big plan for our finances for the month, and then I also have a couple other things that we have to pay for the month that we usually don't pay for because, again, I'm starting a new job. I have to pay to get my fingerprints done, background check, all that kind of stuff. So you'll be seeing me adding those things in as well. And yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.